Welcome to the Singapore Grand Prix in good old Singapore in the American Alliance Racing League, and I'm your host Pax Fox. Today, Scurry will not be joining us today as he is racing, and I'm excited to see him race. And it looks like Bulgarian Ninja is calling on the enters. This is a little weird. Okay, it looks like that's Ralph going out. Oh, not sure. Okay, that's Ralph heading out on the track. Excited to see what's going to go on. Hold on. Just. So you guys can actually hear the race, you see Ralpha and Bulgarian Ninja are both on their ally. Ooh, wow, that is awfully close for a outlap. Interesting though that Bulgarian has gone on these inters, considering that they're not really the most necessary in these very, very dry conditions. Oh, he is not doing the best right now. Having a little slip. Okay. Okay, so it looks like he's having some trouble getting some heat or traction in the tires. Oh, and he goes off. Oh, that's not good. Oh, it's gonna be terrible. But you know what? We'll check on him later. We're gonna go check on Ralph right now, who is just about to start his hot lap. Let's get some telemetry on him. His first hot lap coming around, right around here. Let's join him on with Ralph. As lap's starting, going pretty fast. It seems he's gone for a little less downforce than usual. I usually only see him max out at 299, but he's getting up in 300s on the straight. That's pretty good. He's coming around this turn. I don't know the turn numbers, but second DRS zone. As you can see, he's gaining a lot of speed. He's definitely definitely a lot less downforce. However, it's still Singapore. You still have to have a lot of downforce and a lot of control around here. Little undecisive through that corner. I feel like this is a track that makes you think. And you'll definitely have to learn as time goes by. But I don't think anyone's really warmed up or prepared for the season. And he sets a best sector too. However, there's not any sectors to be set. And coming up here, start sector 3. Going through this corner that's like bus stop. Just sliding across the curbs there, but yeah, still is able to maintain control into this. Ooh, it's going a little far, but hey, maintains it all the way through for 136.1 lap. We're not sure how that's going to stack up, and just sends it off the corner. A 136.295. That's a pretty good lap from Gator over there. And it looks like another lap is going to be completed. It's Scurry takes the lead. The 136.0. Man, this guy hasn't even raced all season, and he's still taking the lead. Okay, so that's a nice one. And a Red Bull comes around and was just on that lap, so did not set lap time. But hey, GNXL, the other Red Bull, so 139.04, and Lieutenant Phildo Rain set a 138.5. It's pretty good lap times. Over in Sector 3, it looks like one of the McLaren's having an issue. Is that Bobino? No, that's not Bobino. That's Pat Lassard. Let's get on board with Scurry. I think he's going to be doing another lap. Yes, he's definitely going to be doing Scurry's looking pretty. Oh, that's gonna be a little bit of damage. He's probably gonna have to pay for that. That is just very, very unfortunate. And it looks like Daddy Dill's about to start his lap. So is Krusty. So is Krusty. Let's go forward with Krusty. He has right now just been on fire with recent races. When we get to the standings, I'll explain to you guys where he's at. But he has been on fire in qualifying. He beat, I think he beat Ralph in Austria. Sorry, I cannot remember which one it is. In Austria, on mediums when Ralph was on softs, and that was just insane. So Krusty is definitely going to be someone to look out for this race. However, of course, in the race, there has been some interesting plays for Ferrari. However, I am an ex-Ferrari driver, and Murphy, the other ex-Ferrari driver, will not be participating for the rest of the season because my steering wheel broke and his game won't work, and sometimes mine won't either. So I do not blame him for that. Come around this corner over here. Coming into sector 3 right now. Maintain lots of speed. We're going to go jump on board. Through the last bit of his lap. Scurry's 136.045 is still holding the top. Krusty's looking like he's getting close. No. Actually, yeah, he still has a chance. 132, around this 133, 34. 5, not quite. Krusty is in 5th with a 136.7. However, that is not the last we'll hear of him. Looks like he's still got he's got at least more than a lap of fuel on him. Might be going for another one, we don't know. Looks like all top 3 are in the pits, getting ready to change. And it looks like Ralph is going to start his outline. While we're on that, or before Ralph starts his lap, let's go check out Pat Lassard down in 9th place with a 139.8.
Hey, Pax.
Yes.
Just to let you know, your mic on stream sounds like a robot.
I'll get it fixed.
All right, I'm just letting you know.
That should be better now. Well, just remember, if my mic sounds like a robot, make sure to tell me, because I do not know that, as I am not listening to my own voice right now, even though I should. Okay, it looks like we're getting... Ralph isn't starting his lap yet. However, Gator is about to start an out lap too, so we'll be on board for the start of Ralph's. However, when Gator starts, we'll be switching over to him, because I'd much rather see his right now. So, yeah, let's do this. Coming around this corner. Not really sure what to say. And he's starting his hot lap. However, we're going to go cut to Gator, who's just about to start his hot lap as well. Scurry's still in the lead with the 136.0. No one's been able to take him down. Top 3, Scurry, Ralph, Gator, followed by, in 4-5-6, Flex, Krusty, and Bobino. And it looks as Gator's coming around the halfway mark in Sector 2. Ooh, loses a little bit of traction on those back wheels. Was able to recover really nicely. Goes around this corner, obviously cutting it very close to the wall, like all drivers do. I'm going to come right around this corner, very smooth. The movement in certain moments seems to be a little stagnant. However, through these last few corners, it's been very smooth. Especially coming down into the mid of Sector 2. Approaching the 3rd DRS zone. Around the corner, then it's DRS all the way into Sector 3. Gator's looking to shave off another 0.2 of, or 1.5 tenths of his lap time to go take Ralpha. This should be good. On the curbs, full speed down the stretch. And Ralpha takes the lead with the 135.6, while Gator needs to really pick this pace up now, because now it's a at least a second. Oh, that was very wide and very slippery, and that time does not earn him anything at 138 or 138.8. Is not going to change his position on the leaderboard. But my man, Ralpha, with a 135.6, that comes out of nowhere, and it looks like Gator has retired. Can we check out if there was any particular reason why? On board with Pat Lassard, just seems to have pulled over. We're going to go back over to Ralpha. Nice, very nice pink helmet. Looks like he's just going to start cutting across. Just go get the time back to the pit as soon as possible. However, Krusty is now on his outlap. Let's go. Or, you know what? We haven't paid much attention to anyone else. You know what? Let's give Pat Lassard a chance. Let's give good old Pat the camera time he needs. Let's see if he can beat GNXL by shaving 0.6 off of his time on this lap. Right now, only Scurry is in the pits. Scurry and Bulgarian Ninja are the only two cars in the pits other than Gator, although technically I wouldn't really count him because he's retired. Coming around this corner. Coming into the mid of Sector 3. Obviously not going too fast. Oh. And AO Zer just... I'm going to guess I was a spectator left the session. Not important. Why am I talking about it? And of course, Pat Lassard coming around the final two turns to come and start his lap. Man, these back tires are just not gripping in that corner. I wonder how the drivers are going to be able to deal with that through the race, because some drivers have definitely not liked it. Very fast and very fluent through these corners. However, just looked fast, wasn't actually fast, and almost a corner cut, but it was really nicely played. Very fast down the second DRS. Cutting across. Oh, and Krusty has not had a good time. That will definitely, because Pat had to slow down for that, that would basically invalidate his lap. And that's not very fun, is it? So I think Pat might be pulling in. Because if he had to reduce, it looked like he reduced his speed a little bit for that incident. Which sucks. Well, we'll check on him later. But good old Flex over here was, I thought he was near his outlap. I guess I was wrong. Let's go back to Pat. Still, I don't think the fastest times. I don't think he's going to be able to beat his personal time right now. Oh, and it looks like Bulgarian Ninja is finally on and out. Let's go check in on him. Oh, and it looks like Flex, or nope, someone else has moved up. I saw a change. Oh well. It does not look like Bulgarian Ninja can change gears. That is a method of fuel saving I have never seen. Running your engine at max revs with the most temp and the most fuel loss. That just makes not a whole lot of sense. Oh, and he's changed it up to third. Let's see what he does. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but you know, if he gets a good lap time, I can't say much because I would definitely not get the best lap time on this track. very fast down the straights, breaks the 300 barrier. Ooh, that might invalidate his lap time. Not exactly sure. Oh, and it looks like something's happened. And it looks like Flex has retired after assuming crashing out in the first half of Sector 3. That is definitely not good. Not good for the Red Bulls. However, he does lock in a very fashionable fourth unless it can be beat. Daddy Deal moves down with Galaxy putting in an amazing time of 1:35.8. So Scurry's first lap time was very, very competitive at the beginning of this session. However, we have gotten used to the track. We've gotten used to conditions. It is now definitely a little different. Coming into the last bit of this final sector, Bulgarian Ninja has had a pretty good lap. I'll say 122 down this, and it looks like he's giving way to Bobino, who is on an out lap, even though Bulgarian was on his hot lap, so he's just forfeited that. Must have done something while I wasn't looking, but let's go check out Bobino, as he is about to start his hot lap. Now, drivers, it's very hard to give up space on this track because of how narrow it is. But luckily, Bobino was able to move through that situation pretty fast, even though I feel like Bulgarian Ninja had the right of way because Bulgarian was on a hot lap, Bobino wasn't. However, but you know, it's really up to the drivers, it's really up to stewards. I'm not one of them. I'm just your local broadcaster. Oh, it looks like all sectors had a yellow flag for a second there. Looks like Bulgarian Ninja has pitted again without setting a lap time, and it looks like he will be unable to set a lap time as it is less than 20 seconds till the close of the session. I do not think nope, it is definitely not possible right now for Bobino to get in another lap. However, he can still finish this lap. And Pat Lassard is not looking great up there. Not exactly sure what's going on with that, but as you say, Camborne on the finishes, and you know what? Let's go pull up the best tires to see what they'll be starting on. Best tires, Ralph will be starting on the 1 lap old softs. Galaxy on the 2 or locked in and is in the session on 2 lap old softs. Scurry 130 with a 136.0 is on the softs for 1 lap. You know, I'll go through the rest of them at the display screen because we still got some changes we can make. Bobino cashes in. Not much of a difference, really. And that was actually a .922 instead of the .921. He was actually 1/100th slower. No, 1/100th faster than his time. Or my screen is just very conflicting right now. It is very confusing. This game is bugged. I didn't think it would bug that, however. Let's go catch up with Krusty as he crosses the line with improved time. However, not a big enough improvement to make him pass Flex, so he will lock in his position at 6th on the grid. That is the 3rd row from the start. And it looks like that will be the end of this session, unless Ralpha can get something in real quick. Although he is on the top of the tables, everyone else has seen the checkered flag. And he gets another fastest lap. If you guys didn't see that, ladies and gentlemen, let's go through the times as things might have changed. Let's go take a look at the tables. On the front row, we got Ralpha with a 135.4 and a Scurry with a 135.7. Pretty good. And then starting the second row is Galaxy in third with a 135.8. Gator with a 136.2. Then Flex, Krusty, Bobino, Camborne, Lieutenant Filda Reigns, and Ginger fill out the top 10, and then GNXL, Pat Lassard, Daddy Dill, and Bulgarian Ninja fill out the entire grid. Unfortunate that Bulgarian Ninja wasn't able to get any time in this time. However, that might be a choice, as the first lap of the race tends to not be the best, if you know what I mean. The first turn is just, it's always something. It's never not entertaining, I gotta say. But, while we're waiting, let's go check up on the driver standings with Ralpha in first with 93 points. Next on down the line is Gator with 74 points. Then Cam with 68 points. Then Murphy, who is no longer going to be racing, with 60 points. That's pretty good. Then Bobino and Galaxy. And then moving on down, and the last point score is in 20th, Squids, with 1 point. And then there's me, the top, because I had the highest position and most races of the top people of no scoring. And then it goes me, Nameless Nate, Daddy Dill, Lulu, T Goldie, Hors, Calculus, Kenny LaFleur, and Ginger. What are some standings? And then let's go check out the team standings with AlphaTauri on top with 128 points, a demanding 32-point lead over the Alpine team with just 96. Then Aston Martin with 82, Ferrari with new drivers looking at 60 points right now. McLaren with 57 points, with only 3-point gap to the Williams with 54, and then a 9-point gap to Mercedes with 45. Alfa Romeo has been moving up in the past weeks with 36 points. Haas with the 30, and Red Bull with 22 points. And Red Bull's going to have a long way to come back if they want to win this. And it looks like we are on the wets, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and just check out everyone's tires. It looks like they're all inters. So that's definitely not going to be fun. And let's just get back. There's definitely going to be one great race today, as it looks like it's just slightly wet right now. It looks like it's drizzling. We might, if it keeps up this weather, we might need to go into the full wets, as we're on the formation lap right now. Ralph is looking pretty clean. Then we're going to head over on to Scurry. This is his first race back, and I think all season, I don't think we saw him on the charts. So this will be his first race of the entire season, and I am very excited to see what he can do, as it will be so amazing to see after he posted a spectacular time in qualifying. Then we have Galaxy right on behind, just kind of making their way. And here's the predicted pit stop strategy powered by AWS. I don't think the 2-stop is going to be ideal. I think it is going to be a 1-stop, unless this all clears up, in which case it might be a 2-stop. Might be. Moving on down the line to Gator. Looking pretty good. We don't have any tire temps or anything other. We can't pull up any telemetry other than engine speed and car speed, which we can just see on the steering wheel right here. And the flex, which he has apparently trademarked. Looking pretty good. Doesn't look like many people are slipping up right now. However, the AI has taken control and is laying them up. Here's Krusty. Krusty's my person to look out for. Just watch him during the race, as we have not seen Krusty in wet conditions yet. Actually, no. He might have been... Yeah, he played in Canada. I just don't remember it. And we're all lining up. We're going to take a look back at Ralpha. And all the cars are just about to finish lining up. Bulgarian Ninja is in place. Let the lights start the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and away we go, and it's a very, very slow start as it is. The rain is picking up right here, and lots of place changes. Holy cow, and Scurry's able to get the first corner, but no, Ralph takes it back very wide. He might have to give up that position. Takes another, everyone's taking the very wide corner on that one. As Ralph gets out with his life. Oh, and it looks like Gator's shooting off the inside on Scurry and takes the position on Scurry. That is just, what a play. Let's go head on down and check on Flex. What's his view on everything? Predicted pit stop strategy. Yeah, it's really going to be a one-stop whenever the drivers feel that their inters are worn out, or when the rain clears up or gets worse. So right now, oh, there's been an incident in the back of the track, and 2 drivers have now retired. And it looks like it's GNXL with a huge crash for him. And it looks like that's some wing damage for Lieutenant Philda Rains. It looks like he has no grip right now and will need to pit. Daddy Dill has no front wing. If we see him come around, he has no front wing. He will also need to pit. Did Pat Lassard take any damage though? It does not look like Pat. No, he has a front wing. It looks like Pat sustained no damage from the incident, and we've had a safety car out. Or, safety car is out. It was a really big incident. So we go back to race leader Ralpha. Let's go take a look at the position changes since the start of the race. Ralpha has retained his lead as the commanding leader of the race. After the first few turns, Gator was able to climb up 2 places from where he started and be able to have a massive overtake on Scurry. Scurry has not been able to successfully have any overtakes, but still maintains a podium position. Flex, Bobino, Ginger, and Pat Lassard have all moved up. Right now, the most improved, or the quote-unquote driver of the day, which is just really most positions moved up, is Bulgarian Ninja, moving up 6 spots. Or, nope. Since he pitted, that's not really the case. Pat Lassard would be, right now, the person who's moved up the most spaces with 5, sitting in 7th. As you see him coming down to catch up to the safety car queue, as we're going to be coming up on the instant very shortly. So we have Pat Lassard at the back of this pack, and it looks like it's a 24-second difference right now between the back of the first front pack and the scattered pit stop pack, which is within a good 15 seconds of each other. But the thing is, it's a 25-second difference. That is definitely not going to be fun if the safety car comes in this lap. We'll know somewhere, I think it's like halfway in Sector 3, or coming up on the last, or somewhere in Sector 3. That's when the safety car turns off its lights, and then we'll be getting back to racing speed. Let's go back to leader Ralpha, get a nice floor shot of all that wet rain, and it looks like Sector 3 and Sector 1 are both taking a massive downpour. However, halfway into Sector 1 and the entirety of Sector 2 looked much drier. Yeah, because look at how wet this looks. It just looked so much drier earlier. I wonder if, since they're on the inters, if it's going to be very hard to keep tire temps up, especially with a lap 1 safety car. And it looks like the safety car will be going for another lap. Giving the pack another chance to catch up, which is about less than a 20-second gap now. between the rear pack and the front pack. However, it looks like Lieutenant Filda-Raines is struggling, and Galaxy has left us. No, never mind, he's already been retired. But I gotta say, huge incident. I wish we were able to catch that on camera, but that, ladies and gentlemen, is why the first lap is very, very dangerous. And the fact that Bulgarian Ninja got out with 5 places in his life is very lucky, considering he started from the back of the pack. And it looks like Camborne and Daddy Dill have decided to pit. And I guess change their tires? I think Daddy Dill just missed it the first time because, yeah, he didn't have a front wing. Or he pitted for a front wing, got it, and then just decided, you know what, I messed up my tire choice, and probably needed to change the tires. That is unfortunate. It's coming around just over halfway through Sector 2. Gonna be looking at Ralpha right here with Gator right next to his tail. It's like the front two are definitely weaving right now. Upon restart, anything goes. Like, obviously I don't mean in the rules, but like, whenever I've been in a restart, like, we've sometimes had the back, like, just dive bomb into the corner. Sometimes it results in a crash, sometimes it doesn't. But it's definitely gonna be a huge restart, especially with everyone being refreshed. But Camborne and Daddy Dill are very far back in the pack. And the safety car is coming around, and it looks like the safety car will be going for yet another lap. And it looks like Ralpha is pitting. This is a very interesting move, as this will put him significantly behind, and to my guess, this is the safety car's maximum lap. They can't really do much anymore. So Ralpha, Ginger, and Bulgarian Ninja are all in the pits, and yet still ahead of Camborne and Daddy Dill. Not really sure what's going on there. Let's go check in on Gator. Still up front. Wait, hold up. I think there's been some tire changes. I think there have, yes. There have, because, well, in these conditions, it still looks like it's raining a little bit. However, I do not have, what's his name? John, Fred, some very generic name yelling in my ear, what's the temperature and what's the rain? Like, don't really have that. However, Krusty is in 6th with some medium tires on him. I guess Ralpha going on the hards. This is definitely an interesting one. We still have a good 27 laps to go. And I gotta say, with there's been a lot of tire slide. I don't know if hards were the best choice. And it looks like Ralpha has given up a position to Daddy Dill under safety car for probably just accidentally passed him up and then need to give it back. And safety car is in this lap. Yes, it was in Sector 3. But I should have known it would be a lot earlier. So safety car is coming in. And this is where things are going to get interesting. It looks like about half of the packs all nice and crunched together. Within 15 seconds, there's 2 smaller packs, but they're close enough to each other that upon restart, it will, crumple up right now, as you can see down there in the minimap. It's going to be very interesting, considering the back half of the pack is on the slicks, and the surface seems to be getting drier. The rain has definitely stopped, and has stopped for a while, but the surface looks a lot more dry than it did. And I think the mediums are definitely going to be a huge impact on the race right here. They may not be an immediate impact, but once you get them up to temp, And it looks like multiple drivers have decided to go for the pit. And Gator is just on his own right now. And Scurry with the 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And it looks like everyone on the slicks has not pitted. And it looks like Scurry, Bobino, Flex, Pat Lassard, and Lieutenant Fildo Reigns, all on the inters, have pitted for slicks. Except for Gator. Gator is a madman. He's just said full send it, I guess, or he just like didn't think about pitting upon restart, because why would you pit upon restart? Well, the half of the grid did, and it was very interesting, to say the least. However, I do think Krusty is closing out on him very fast. As we can see, Gator doesn't seem to have the most grip throughout the corners, and it looks like Krusty will take this lead instantly and with no doubt. And Gator will drop behind Cam. But now right behind him with 2.7 seconds is Ralpha, who looks like, even on the hards, has more grip than the inters. And this is definitely going to be true, as Gator will pretty much just give up this position, as he doesn't have enough grip through the corners. But in the front, it's a half-second battle between Cam and Krusty. This is definitely going to be interesting. We're going to be watching this for a while. And it looks like Bulgarian and Ninja are trading places, and Bulgarian shoots up. What happened? And it looks like Ginger ran off the track, and Bulgarian Ninja got out of it, and Krusty with the fastest lap of 1:44.7 with the mediums. It's pretty good, and it looks like Bulgarian Ninja will have to pit. I am going to guess it is because of wing damage. But it looks like Ginger shoots on by without a worry in the world. Let's go check on how Bulgarian is doing. Yep, new wing. Oh, he chipped off the side of it. That always sucks. New wing attached, and down they go. And Gator also pitted, because Gator needs the hards now. It's a very interesting move. However, up in front, the gap is getting smaller and smaller between Cam and Krusty. Krusty's the one in front, just biting at this. Cam looks like he's letting the gaps just hold throughout the straights, but in the corners is just fighting as much as he can. Not sure if we're going to watch this a little more to see if it's that Cam doesn't have enough speed, or just Krusty's an excellent defender. Oh, and it looks like something's gone wrong. And it looked like Gator slowed down a lot. Nothing visually appears to be wrong with this car. Now let's go back to the leaders with Cam and Krusty coming around down the main straight. Very fast Cam board with a 1:41.4 on the mediums as the fastest lap of the race right now. It's very awesome. And now DRS is enabled, and I do think they'll have it coming around to this first DRS zone. And Cam will have the DRS on to, and yep, he takes the DRS. Scurry with a 1:40 fastest lap. Takes the DRS onto Krusty, makes it with him 1/10 of a second, and is taking the inside line. Forces Krusty on the outside line, and is just wow. But Krusty is able to easily take it back by taking the inside line on a later turn. Krusty is holding his ground really well through that little part of Sector 2. But another DRS zone is coming up, and it's not the biggest one, but it's definitely going to be one. So let's go on board with Cam as he goes across the DRS. And we'll guess how's it activated? Did not activate it that time. Sometimes you just want to stay within DRS, but you don't necessarily need to overtake and give up the DRS here on the main straight. However, this will be an interesting fight come along the main straight. So they're coming around this final corner. Ralpha has been pushing positions if you guys haven't been watching, but it looks like Cam going for the DRS. It's not able to make significant damage like he did in Sector 2. However, the big straight is coming up, and he can do it again. He is well within DRS range. And Ralpha, even though he's climbing positions, is still there's still a very big difference between this front battle him and the rest of the pack. I mean, there's just differences all around. But right now, the difference between the leader and last place is 52 seconds. That is more than half a lap. It's pretty amazing if you think about it. So let's get to it. Coming around to another DRS zone where Cam is within half a second. Seems to be losing time upon exit of DRS now. And opens up that DRS that Krusty doesn't have. And is cutting down little bits of time. But will it be enough? Not enough to gain an advantage through this corner. That is unfortunate. And it looks like Bulgarian and Pat Lassard are within DRS range and are coming around. So this should be an interesting little bit. All right here, Bulgarian and Daddy Dill and Pat Lassard all bunched up. Pat seems to be just outside of DRS. Will he be able to activate it? No, and he's just outside. Bulgarian Ninja will take the DRS instead. Is able to push up a lot farther on Daddy Dill. Sorry, I was thinking of a Jeff Dunham character. And, oh, that's a wall hit. That is definitely not good. Let's see what damage has he sustained. It does not look like any damage. However, the just one like bit off of the shade of green in this game on the sensor. Yep. Well, oh, and he's double crossed the line. Will there be any penalty for that? We don't know. However, let's go back to the front battle, which seems to be getting even closer as we come down to this third Sector 3 and the big and one of the smaller DRS zones. But let's see what Cam can do with it. And lost about 0.3 seconds right there, but gained it back from a mistake from Krusty as his tail seemed to whipped out and had the DRS, gained and then lost about 0.2 or lost about 0.2 of a second in that corner. Looks like Krusty is able to maintain his speed through the corners really well, even though Cam has the 1 lap younger tires. But 1 lap in this game really isn't much of a difference. And they're coming around the main straight. Let's see if Cam is able to activate his DRS and hold the slipstream just long enough to get an advantage. No. Somehow him staying in the slipstream has widened the time gap coming into the corner. However, this is where he shined a few laps ago. Will he be able to use the big DRS zone to shine once again? Opens up the DRS. Gaining time. Gaining place. Gained about 0.2 of a second. And then lost about... Yep, lost the 0.2 back in the corner. So this looks like it's going to be a back and forth all game. However, right behind them, we got another battle. Bobino and Flex, with Bobino having the DRS, or not, actually just missing out, as he's been teetering on the 1 second brink. But this should be a nice fight that we got up here. It looks like Flex is on the 4-lap old hards and Bobino is on the 4-lap old mediums. And in this situation, the medium should grant the grip advantage for a good 10 more laps. Bulgarian Ninja with a 3-second time penalty for Multiple warnings, so I'm going to guess that's track infringement. And Bulgarian Ninja has retired from the session. Ladies and gents, he was 20 seconds behind Ginger, who is the back of the pack. And it looks... Oh, never mind. It looks like there was an incident, and the safety car will come out. Will we be able to get a good look at this incident? Looks like no. They cleared it up just in time for us to get around. Awesome. Because it doesn't just grant you a little shock value, just see how destroyed his car was, and a drive-through penalty for Flex for speeding under the safety car. That is not going to help, and Bobino wins that fight because not only has Flex is Flex going to make the change on the mediums, but you cannot take a drive-through, or you cannot change tires under a drive-through, and then you cannot take a drive-through under safety car. So that's going to be an extra pit stop from him that I personally think, after this safety car, will put him dead last. That is not a friendly penalty. Or did he just... Nope, he didn't service drive-through. I'm like, it just said pit. I thought his drive-through was nulled. But yeah, guys, approaching lap 12 of the 31-lap race. Things are not looking the best here for our Red Bull contenders, as GNXL is gone and Flex is not doing the best. However, for Camborne in the Alpine, he's just lost his teammate, but he's still fighting in second. He's even looking aggressive, aggressively weaving. Yeah, he's aggressively weaving through the safety car. I definitely hope this aggression can show it on the racetrack, as we'll keep watching them, because it has been real entertaining to see Cam have this DRS. And Bobino will be joining the fight, as Ralpha and Scurry both pitted alongside Flex and Daddy Dill, and Camborne's pitting too. It's an interesting change of heart after only 8 laps on the mediums. Yes, we all understand the fresher mediums are better. However, that does not seem like mediums time. That seems more like softs. More like when you change softs, or maybe they're just being brutal on the tires and they just need a switch. I'm not really sure what's going on with this tire strategy. But hey, it's something. Everyone seems to be pitting equally. No one seems to be really benefiting from not pitting, as we saw from Gator go from third to then first from not pitting. But the problem was, very next lap, he was basically slapped in the face by Ralpha, just with the hards, just going up and absolutely crushing Gator. And he eventually fell down to 6th, pitted, dropped down to last, then is now in 7th. He's hanging out there. Right now, Ginger needs to catch up to the pack, and will we see? Well, first off, is safety car in this lap? This will be a very interesting one indeed. Because if safety car is in this lap, Ginger might be a little screwed on the restart, as Ginger is 20 seconds behind the leader, and that is about a 6-second difference between Ginger and the pack, which the back of the pack is filled with reins right now. But Ginger is able to successfully catch up to the pack. And it looks like safety car will be out another lap. Nope, safety car is in this lap. Right as I say that, the game needs to contradict me because they can hear my thoughts. And let's get going with Krusty, Bobino, and Ralpha in podium positions on the restarts, followed closely by Scurry and Pat Lassard. I would say flex, but he's got the drive-through, so he won't really be in the fight, or won't be in the quote-unquote fight, as I really think the fight really is here. Can Krusty defend Ralpha and Scurry off with 9-lap-old mediums on their brand new mediums? I guess we'll find out upon restart, because safety car's in. We're still in the yellow flags, and Krusty still has to maintain speed, but he's going to put his foot down, and we will get to restart. We're going to join the restart with Ralpha here in 3rd place. Coming around the first corner. Looking very, very smooth. No slips. A few changes in the back. Cam passes Pat Lassard, and Gator passes him too, and Ralpha overtakes Bobino with ease. Now onto Krusty, and Bobino drops a few more places. So now it is Krusty, Ralpha, and Scurry. Let's see how this one plays out. And it is very closely followed by Cam and Gator, who are trading positions right now. Let's go on board with Gator. Oh, and Gator hits the wall. That is a very big hit. I think he hit it like twice. Will he have to stop for wing damage? There does not seem to be any visible wing damage, but this game simulates damage on a whole nother level if you've played and you know. So yeah, let's back to the leader, and it looks like Gator is the separator between the fight, but we're going to go on board with Camborne as he is in the back of the fight, but still within it. It's in this nice little skirmish we got up front. Now let's go check the DRS intervals, and it looks like Ralpha will be out of DRS range when the DRS comes back up of Krusty. However, Cam and Scurry are both within DRS range, not only of each other, but also of Ralpha. And and we got a yellow flag sector 1, and it looks like something has happened to Ginger. It doesn't look like Ginger sustained any damage, but if yellow flags were a cause, something definitely happened. Now let's go back to Cam. Definitely pressing hard. The gap between Ralpha and Krusty is now less than a second. However, the gap between Scurry and Ralpha has grown by 0.2 of a second. Coming around the corner, Cam is very closely following Scurry. You better not miss your braking points, or that might be the end of the race for one of y'all. Come around the corner, and Ralpha overtakes Krusty in a very, very well-timed fashion, and is able to get just in front of his car instead of going side by side. What a play from Ralpha! Truly a spectacle we're watching right here. And now Scurry is going to go challenge Krusty's position, as the 11-lap-old mediums are just not the same as the 2-lap-old mediums, which aren't even really 2 laps old. And the DRS is enabled. Now they won't get it down this straight, but coming around to the big straight right over here, where Cam has thrived against Krusty, and Cam has also brand new mediums. Will they be able to push it? And will Krusty be able to use his DRS and flex with a 139.6 to get the fastest lap? And it looks like Krusty goes wide. Scurry side by side going into the corner. And and Camborne taps Krusty. And they have both spun. That is not good for either of their races, as that has just separated them from the front. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to result in some penalties later on. or maybe not. Although it is definitely a tough call. However, let's go jump up with Scurry in the Ferrari. Now just needs to work on, in this section, just getting within that 1 second. Because right now is 2.5 tenths outside of DRS. But that is easily manageable. Or actually, I would say easily manageable for a normal person. But Ralpha is on a completely different level. And this is going to be one tough fight for now half a second. Or not even half. Oh, gap's closing a little bit, but it won't close enough prior to the DRS zone. So looks like Scurry will not have DRS this time. Now, I just realized Bobino is on a different level right now. He is in very last. However, let's go check out another DRS battle between Flex and Ginger. Flex now has DRS as he is within 1 second, and will he be able to take up 9th? Now remember, folks, Bobino is the only active car right now that will not score points. At 10th and above, you will score points. So really, it's just survive out the next crash, and it looks like Daddy Dill will overtake Gator. But still, there is a very big gap between the front fight, and it looks like, oh, Flex easily overtakes Ginger at the exit of that zone. Now, can Flex build up enough speed and enough time, as Ginger's already at 0.8, coming around to this last corner? Can he build up a second? He's able to do it. Can he hold it at 1 second? He might be able to hold his position away from Ginger and easily overtake. With only a 3-lap difference in tires, I mean, that's not a lot. You wouldn't think it would look that slow, but a 1.3 second difference. And now Flex will go work on Pat Lassard. And if we go jump back up front with Scurry, things are not looking the best, as the difference has grown from 1.2 last lap to 1.8 this lap. It's definitely not good, but also on the other side of things, these two are going really fast, and the difference between Krusty and them has grown from 8 to 10 seconds. But now it looks like Cam is overtaking Gator over here in the back of the pack. It looks like we got an interesting fight. It looks like Gator has DRS on Cam. A little bit of slippage. Oh, and it looks like also Lieutenant Philda Rains is in this. Let's go. Looks like Philda Rains and Gator both have DRS. Neither of them able to do much, but they will be able to keep their DRS for another usage. Oh, but Gator might fall out of DRS range. He is teetering on the brink. However, has come back within, and it looks like on the straights he is losing a significant amount of time. Not in the corners. In the corners is holding it really well. But we're coming up right in the section here. We got 2 bits of DRS. DRS should be activated for 2 different cars. And Ralph, a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings of track violations. That is spicing things up. Now Scurry has to just stay within the 3 seconds to basically hold force, and Daddy Dill with also a 3-second time penalty will now put him out of that 3rd place contention, as Cam and Gator are both within the 3 seconds easily. Oh, and Gator losing his DRS coming up to the straight. It's just 0.26 right out of the range. He is not able to get it, but Lieutenant Philda Rains has DRS and is pushing Gator, and should push with this DRS advantage that Gator does not have right now. He is able. Looks like Gator might be able to get it back for the big straight right here, but Philda Rains should be able to capitalize on this one with a 0.2 second advantage. It looks like Gator and Philda Rains are both able to easily grab the DRS. But, oh, and Lieutenant Philda Rains takes the wide outside line, but is very close, goes too wide and shoots right off the track. But Gator loses a little bit of grip in the back tires and are able to go tire to tire, toe to toe. And this is a very close one. And Flex is now within DRS range too. Will we have DRS train, or will we have an excellent fight right on our hands? And Pat Lassard right now is within DRS range of Ginger. However, they're in their own little pack fighting. So coming around, DRS, and it looks like Gator will not have it. Just Lieutenant Phil Reigns and Flex. Flex has had excellent pace right now. Will he be able to overtake Phil Reigns? No, not on that DRS try. However, there's always another one. And now we go on board with Flex between the fight between Gator, Phil Reigns, and Flex. It's looking pretty well. Flex is able to keep on his lines, not slip. Very clean throughout this, and drops the DRS. Phil Reigns looking for a play on Gator. Gator's not letting him have anything, and is holding Phil Reigns behind him just on a little bit. Now Gator on the 12-lap old hards, and Phil Reigns on the 6-lap old mediums. Flex on similar mediums. It's definitely an interesting fight. Looks like Flex and Phil Reigns both have DRS. Phil Reigns goes outside wide and locks up into the corner and is sails right off the track, as now with outside of that DRS range, and will not look like a likely contender. However, he is building back up some of the speed and possibly back some of the time. Let's see what he's able to do in this corner. And it looks like a safety car is out for an incident with... We're going to go check it out with Daddy Dill. Looks like Pat Lassard has crashed out, and ooh, his butt's hanging out into the track. That could cause some damage. And it looks like Pat Lassard will DNF in 11th, and now everyone who is on the track right now will score points. But now, back up to Ralpha, who is going to be pitting. I'm going to guess for a new set of mediums, but there is also possibility it is softs as well. Scurry pits as well. The rest of them have not come up enough, so it looks like the two will be able to retain their position fairly easily. And it looks like Scurry's going for the softs. Oh, Krusty Husky with a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That is not good at all. Ralpha still going the mediums, but yet Scurry over here exiting the pit lane is going for the softs. Cam has switched to the softs as well. There is 11 laps to go in this race, and I think the softs could go the way, and we'll have more grip in the early fights. However, results may vary, as every product in America says. Let's learn a lesson. This is definitely going to be some interesting racing going on here in Singapore. So it looks like the lineup right now with who is pitted is Ralph the Scurry, Krusty, Flex, and Cam. The rest are going to, I guess, Wave 2 decide to pit. Although I would have pitted on Wave 1, as this has been going real slow. Although I also wouldn't pit if you're like Phil Reigns, Bobino, or Ginger now. Well, Phil Reigns and Ginger have both pitted, along with Gator, Cam, Flex, Krusty, Scurry, and Ralpha. Really, Daddy Dill and Bobino have both not pitted. Now, is this an excellent move? I personally do not think so, as this is a safety car. Pitting really cannot hurt you, except for we're going on another lap. And this is not going well. As this will not be great for Daddy Dill and Bobino, as if they need to pit, that's going to add like another 20 seconds that they're going to have to make up in just one lap. In just one lap before the restart, because we're not restarting this lap, obviously. But it is definitely going to be a challenge. Alpha kind of up here having fun. Oh, and that looks like an interesting form of border hopping. And it looks like Krusty into the pits with 0 lap old mediums. Okay, that's an interesting play. And it looks like Bobino will also pit for new softs. And it looks like Krusty's going for new softs. Okay, so we're accepting that we're in the soft stage of the race, and the fact that Daddy Dill has now missed his opportunity to pit for new tires of any kind. 5 lap old mediums are going to hurt, followed closely by 2 people within DRS range of you on brand new softs. This is not going to go well. If you're an Alfa Romeo fan, considering Krusty's at the back right now, but however, we got 10 laps of play. Or, well, if safety car's in this lap, we got 9 whole laps of racing. So definitely should be pretty awesome. Now we're all weaving down the straight. Nothing real interesting here happening. As it looks like Krusty is able to make up enough time. And it looks like safety car is in this lap. So as we know, it is customary for the leader to crawl across the track and decide solely when to hit the gas. It's now very much weaving. Krusty is very much within the back, if he chooses to be. As we crawl around this corner, going very, very slow for an F1 car. I've seen my grandma drive faster than this at times. Now we're weaving, we come around this final corner. I thought that was rain for a second. Those are just the leaves. And hits it. And oh my God, Bobino, before the green flags come out, receives a 5-second penalty for severe contact with Krusty. That is not going to look good. And as this is not looking good for Bobino in the back, not only 5 seconds behind the leader, a second behind Krusty, but now has 5 seconds of penalties. It's not going well. Oh, can Flex cannot hold against Cam. Cam is able to easily take while I'm talking about other things. And obviously, we won't have DRS until, I think, lap 24. Oh, is that rain? That might have been rain. It's very hard to tell what the weather's like. Oh, I think that's rain, ladies and gents. That look as the great, I forget which Winnie the Pooh character it is, but it is Tut Tut looks like rain. Tut Tut looks like rain. Or at least it looks like to me. Daddy Dill with 3 seconds of time added for multiple track violation warnings. You know what? Let's go ahead and look at the penalties. Right now, Ralpha, after setting the fastest lap, still has a 3-second penalty lingering. And Daddy Dill with 6 seconds of penalties now. That seems to be 2 sets of warnings. Now Bobino with the 5 seconds of penalties. And it looks like flag in Sector 1 as Ginger has gone off. Looks like there was contact made. Doesn't look like there was any damage, though. Let's check Bobino's car for any damage. No, Bobino doesn't happen to have any damage. However, Krusty has lost half a wing. Interesting how Krusty's in front, Ginger spun out, and Krusty's the one left with the check. Very interesting, but let's go back up to the front of the pack as Cam and Scurry are within DRS range of each other. And starting next lap, DRS... Oh, and Daddy Dill has just retired from the session. What has gone wrong? It looks like he has crashed off. That is very unfortunate. He will finish with 1 point. And it looks like my sound has completely gone out because my second monitor has decided to shut off. But luckily, we're in a safety car now, so no DRS. And this is what, the third or fourth safety car of the race. Let us hope that there are no more safety cars after this. Seriously, guys, let's get to the racing. And would you look at that? My game has crashed. Ladies and gents, I am out of the race. I am out of the race. I was never even in the race. But I am now out of the awesomeness of restarting it. But luckily, I can always rejoin. So while I'm getting that fixed, I will let you guys enjoy some standings. While I get everything fixed. So as you can see in the standings right now, Ralpha is on top, and then Gator with a big point gap. Now let's get back into the game. As this is really embarrassing to have this happen on stream, because this game just doesn't like really anyone that plays it. Okay. Sorry guys for the issues, but you know, let's get back to racing. Like we should have been. Or, you know what, my sound has gone out, so there we go. Now I can hear again. Because, you know, some things might be important to hear. So looking at it, I think the safety car might be... Oh, wrong button. Might be restarting pretty soon. Yep, I'd say at the end of this lap, safety car should be in. That's my full expectations. So it looks like, while we weren't watching, one second. While we were not watching, Lieutenant Phil Rains, Krusty, Ginger, and Bobino have stopped and switched to new sets of softs, which is really awesome because now they don't need another pit stop to finish. And safety car is in this lap, just like I called it. We will start on lap 26 and have hopefully 5 laps of racing, because that is definitely the 5th safety car of today, without a doubt in my mind. In the last 25 laps, we have had 5 safety cars, ladies and gents. It's almost like we're racing in Monaco, except for we're not. We're racing in Singapore. But upon restart, we got Ralpha, then Scurry, Cam, Gator, Flex, Lieutenant Fielder, Rains, Krusty, Ginger, and Bobino. And let's see, Ralpha and Scurry's tires are the same age, but the thing is, Ralpha chose the mediums. Will he be able to defend? Scurry and Cam coming around the last corner to start the race again for the 5th time on lap number 26. Green flags are out, and it looks like we will not have DRS until lap 29. This is gonna be a fight with only 2 laps of available. Yes, on lap 29 you'll have DRS, and then 30, and then 31. So 3 laps of DRS play. This is going to be insane. Especially with Scurry going to be able to easily hold ground on Ralpha with those soft tires are the same age as his mediums, and the soft tires are nowhere near wearing out. However, if Krusty's able to bump up his pace, he could easily be able to go fight for the top. But he does need to get past these guys, who right in front of him with a, let's see what's the DRS difference. The 1.3 second difference needs to be able to go up, challenge it, and beat the fact that he has brand new softs and he has 5 lap old mediums. It just needs to make that a fact. And oh, that is going to be some contact on the barrier. I think that has done a little big damage there. Does not seem. Oh, was that? Did Ginger's wing, part of his wing, just come off? Let's check it out. No, it just looked like it. Sad. Unfortunate. I thought we were going to have something interesting there for a moment. And let's go on board with Gator in the Aston Martin. As you can see right in front of him, we have Scurry, who's just trying to fight Ralpha right now. As Scurry and Gator on the identical tires in both time and compound. Gator is half a second behind Scurry, and on lap 29 we'll have DRS if we're in this time, but Scurry's should be able to easily go fight for DRS. But remember, right now, right this moment, if we go check the penalties, Ralpha is the only person with an unserved penalty of 3 seconds. If Ralpha does not serve the penalty, which if he did, it wouldn't really be helpful to his race right now, it would go Scurry, Gator, then Ralpha, because of the penalty time. So really, Scurry is the leader right now. Scurry is the leader in this race, without a doubt. But he just needs to hold on. He needs to defend Gator, and then Scurry with his first race back, will be able to take a title. Oh, someone slipped. I think that was Ralph slipping. He was caught himself napping, and DRS is enabled with 4 laps. I lied. 4 laps of whole DRS. Nope, that's 5 laps. No, am I dumb? Okay, 4 whole laps of DRS usage. Yes, 4. And right now, Gator has DRS on Scurry. This is definitely not going to be good for Scurry, and Scurry now is going to be not fighting for Ralph's position, now just fighting to stay within the 3-second time penalty that Ralph does have. Oh, Gator looking a little janky out of that corner, but able to easily recover. And after a few more turns, they're coming up on another DRS zone, which Gator is within 0.3 seconds and should be able to easily take this away. And did not look like he had the proper speed for that, but does now within 0.2 of a second does not have the best positioning right now. However, we are coming up to another DRS zone at the end of the sector, and maybe he's able to make a move. Scurry now teetering on the end. Camborne with 3-second time penalty for multiple track violation warnings. Scurry is literally on the brink of losing his position as first. Gator is now definitely third. And Gator right now with the DRS, Scurry's having to defend Gator, and that's why Scurry's losing time on Ralpha. However, I think the priority right now should just be stay within, or no, that should be last lap priority. Stay within the 3 seconds. Worry about Gator later. Gator is definitely pressuring him. Nice denial by Scurry, not allowing him to have any position. As long as Scurry is able to hold this, Scurry will have an easy second finish. But if Scurry is able to shave off these 0.3 of a second, that is a definite first place. Oh, Gator caught slipping through the corner, but is able to maintain it really well into this DRS zone. Where now I think for Scurry, it's not about can you be first anymore, it's can you be second. Can you get the silver medal and bring it home? Because it doesn't look like you can really contest with Ralpha. He has incredible pace right now. I wouldn't be surprised if he got fastest lap, but you got to hold Gator off right now. Gator's got DRS on you, and you don't really have much. However, coming up right behind him, Flex with a 3.3 second gap between him and Gator. That is DRS worthy. Let's see how they do on the main straight. However, Flex is on the mediums. Will they be able to do much? Coming into the first few corners, not much. Everyone's holding their ground, but coming in right into the second DRS zone. Scurry with the big lead. Flex 3-second time penalty, and he will now be out of the fight for third place now. For warnings. It's got to be a little disappointing, but you still want to fight for it, so. But Gator right now is just pushing Scurry, but Scurry is really holding it. Yes, they're sacrificing time on Ralpha, but Scurry is holding Gator to third place. Will Gator be able to slingshot himself near the last lap? Ooh. Gator's trying to find openings. Scurry shutting him down. Now holding racing line. Gator looks like he tried to go an outside move, and oh, that tap. That did not look most legal. And it looks like Scurry has taken damage. Let's check the damage out. And it looks like yellow flags back near Bobino. Probably just some track debris. But Ralpha, with an utterly commanding lead of 6 seconds to the next person. Ralpha has commanded all the race, even though he has been sent to the back many times for pit stops. Nothing, and I repeat, nothing can stop him. And Flex has now taken over Gator's spot as he has made an excellent move. Cam, 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. It is the last lap. Not exactly sure why doing pit stops, but hey, why not? Gator, 0.3 seconds behind Flex. And Flex does have a time penalty, so I don't think he's going to be able to hold the second place. And Gator is pushing. Gator is pushing on to Flex. And it's close. But his last lap and is the last DRS zone. He does have DRS. He is using it. But he is 0.8 seconds behind and may not be able to take the physical position away from him. Flex does have time penalties and will have to forfeit the position. So it looks like we're coming across the checkered flag. Let's go up. Check out Ralph crossing the checkered flag. Smooth through the corners. And that is checkered flag for him. Now Flex, just as smooth. We'll take the checkered. Scurry coming around. Is he within the time penalty? He is not within, and that will not get him. Ralpha and Flex, even with time penalties, were able to hold it out. And now back to Bobino, who is about to cross the line. Filter Reigns crosses the line. And Cam is the last one to come around across the line. It looks like the order is Ralpha, Flex, Scurry, Krusty, Gator, Ginger, Fildo, Bobino, and last across the checkered flag is Cam. What an excellent race we had here tonight. So glad you guys could join me. Let's go take a look at the final results. Driver of the day is Ginger. Excellent job. Well deserved. Well fought. As we see right here, the AAFR with another decisive win. The champagne is out. And what an excellent exit scene. For our final results, in first we had Ralph, RFX Ralpha on the AlphaTauri, Flex on the Red Bull, and Scurry on the Ferrari. Thank you so much for joining me here today, and I hope you guys all have a great time with whatever you're doing, and we'll see you next time on America Alliance Racing.